This is GARIS Masculist MGTOW flyers, that is 2-3 page essays on the themes of masculism and MGTOW, written by and read aloud by Prof. Dr. Hugo de GARIS. This is flyer number 469, entitled Who's Who in the Manosphere? Description. This flyer lists and describes the content of the planet's top Manosphere video content creators in the three branches of Men's Lib, that is MRM, that's Men's Rights Movement, MGTOW, that's MGTOW, that is Men Going Their Own Way, and the Masculists, that is Men's Lib Political Fighters. The flyer itself. Who's Who in the Manosphere by Prof. Dr. Hugo de GARIS. Email profhugodegaris@yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com. This flyer lists the main players, that is, the main video content creators, in the Manosphere, that is, those men out to liberate men from the oppressions of the traditional male role and from the oppressions of women. Each player in the Manosphere is given his channel name or his real name, if he is not afraid of being doxxed by the feminazis, and a link to his channel. The top few are given more detailed descriptions, for example their style, their main ideas, the impact they are having on men, etc. Here is a list of my personal top half dozen or so, plus a list of others. There are three main branches of the Men's Lib component in the Manosphere, that is the MRM, that's Men's Rights Movement, MGTOW, that's MGTOW, that's Men Going Their Own Way, and the Masculists, that's politically active, fighting men's libbers. There are other components in the Manosphere, for example the PUAs, that's Pick Up Artists, Black Pillars, in brackets, previously known as True Forced Loneliers, or Incels, that's Involuntary Celibates. I will not deal with these latter two, since they are not of interest to me as a men's libber. As a masculist, I'm out to help liberate men. I'll list the main players via these three main branches, starting with the MRAs, that's Men's Rights Activists, then the MGTOWs, the majority, and finally the Masculists. Topic: MRM. Player: An Ear for Men, that's Paul Elam, that's E-L-A-M. Description: Paul Elam has been around for decades, pushing men's rights. He is one of the oldest of the men in the Manosphere. Lately, the past few years, he appears to have radicalized by becoming a lot angrier as he lashes out at the injustice committed by women and the law against men. He is a psychologist, very smart, articulate, and the symbol of the MRM, an icon, justifiably famous. Link to channel: http://anearformen, that's all one word, .com/. Player, header, MGTOW, player, Sandman, which is a pseudonym. Description: Sandman is a freak in the positive sense. He started making 10-minute MGTOW videos in 2013 and has churned out one a day since then without a break. That is, he has currently produced nearly 3,000 MGTOW videos. He invites people, mostly men, to pay him to comment on a topic chosen by the person contacting him. He has almost single-handedly made the acronym MGTOW a household name, although he was not the originator of the term. He is smart, articulate, creative, but doesn't have a political bone in his body. So I have ambivalent feelings towards him. I both admire and despise him at the same time. He is the top MGTOW, so is to be admired, but he is also, in brackets, from a masculist viewpoint, an apolitical wimp to be despised. Link to the channel, https://www.youtube.com/user/SandmanMGTOW, that's all one word, spelt capital S, little a, little n, little d, little m, little a, little n, capital M, capital G, capital T, capital O, capital W. Player, Turd Flinging Monkey, that's TFM, which is a pseudonym. Description, TFM, that's Turd Flinging Monkey, is one of the top MGTOWs that has been around almost as long as Sandman and was originally influenced by him. He is smart, highly articulate, and has views that even fellow MGTOWs find out there. For example, that women should be deprived of the vote and sent back to the kitchen in order to prevent a total population collapse. In my view, he is also rather psychologically damaged, having been brought up by a single mother who abused him in many ways, for example, giving him dumpster marshmallows that were days old. TFM has tremendous energy, as shown by his prolific output and the number of channels he has, second only to Sandman, who is a freak in those terms. TFM has a combative personality and the intelligence to punch hard with great persuasive force, definitely one of the top MGTOWs, and deserve the second slot in this list. Link to channel, https://www.youtube.com/watch, that's WATCH, little v equals capital T, capital C, 1, little d, capital K, little f, capital U, capital Z or Z, capital F, 8, capital E. Then click on Show More. Player, The Rational Male, that's Rollo Tomasi, that's R-O-L-L-O, Tomasi is T-O-M-A-S-S-I, but that's a pseudonym. Description, Tomasi, a pseudonym, along with Stardust, are the two smartest of the MGTOWs. He is the author of the famous 4-book series entitled The Rational Male, which I have, which talk about how men and women interact with a lot of depth psychology that is impressive, influential, persuasive, hence his major reputation of being the MGTOW psychology guru. But no mention of the need for political and legal change. In brackets, see the heading Masculist for that below. Close brackets. Link to channel, https://therationalmale, that's all one word, .com. Player, Stardust, the Thinking Ape, it's a pseudonym. Description, Stardust is a true intellectual, in brackets, sage, whose thinking and writing style shows this in spades. He is an original thinker who regularly ventures into new MGTOW territory that others then take up subsequently. He has been around for quite some time, who took a few years off, then returned to the Manosphere. He likes to comment on current Manosphere issues. Link to channel, https://www.youtube.com/channel/U, capital C, little o, 1, little q, capital R, little C, capital O, 1, capital O, little e, little h, little g, little k, capital O, capital D, underscore, little f, capital H, little s, little u, underscore, little u, capital Q, /featured. Player, Asshole Consulting, that's Aaron, that's A-A-R-O-N, Clary, C-L-A-R-E-Y. That's not a pseudonym, that's his real name. Description, Aaron Clary is a true iconoclast. He really loves twisting the knife. He earns his living by giving, quote, no pulled punches, life coach advice with strong MGTOW themes to people who contact him and who pay him for it. He likes live streams during which people throw money at him with their comments to get an ego rush, seeing their names broadcast to clear his large worldwide audience. He is the author of many books on life advice themes and is admired by Rollo Tomassi, which says something about Clary's ability. Link to channel: https://www.youtube.com/user/Aaron Clary, spelled capital A, little R, little R, little O, little N, capital C, little L, little A, little R, little E, little Y. Player: Entrepreneurs in Cars. That's Richard Cooper. Description: Richard Cooper is a MGTOW who emphasizes men avoiding the traps of divorce and manipulative women. He was strongly influenced by Rollo Tomassi. He is not a particularly original thinker, but presents his material with clarity and persuasiveness, so gets a large audience. Link to channel: http://entrepreneursincars, that's one word, .com. This is the end of part 1.